This segment's being sponsored by the Tennessee Wildlife Resources Agency. Join us in preserving and protecting Tennessee's wildlife.
Today is a very special day in the life of our country. Today is Veterans Day. It's a time that we set aside to thank our veterans, to encourage them, and to tell them how much we appreciate all that they've done for our freedoms. I've got many friends and family that served. My father served in the Army in Vietnam. And I remember as a child looking at his medals or putting on his tiger stripes and playing soldier. I learned at an early age what it was to be proud for our country and to be thankful for our soldiers. But in today's society, people want to call Hollywood actors or musicians or athletes heroes. What have they done to sacrifice for our freedoms? The real heroes are the men and women that put on the uniform every day and go to work to protect us and to give us our rights and our freedoms. So from all of us at From the Blind Outdoors, as well as Southern Woods and Waters, we say thank you. So my challenge for all of us this week is this. Think about those that have sacrificed for us. Think about those that have sacrificed for you. Be intentional today. Go to them and simply tell them thank you.
All right, guys, this segment's being sponsored by our friends over at Taylor's Archery. They're at 100 East Lauderdale Street over there in Tullahoma, Tennessee. Y'all can give owner Tracy Taylor a call at 931-563-7706. Let him take care of all your archery needs, and you can spend a rainy or a cold day over there in that indoor archery range as well. He's got a great one. All right, welcome back to the studio. Guys, if y'all want to give us a call, y'all can go ahead and do that now. We're at 615-737-7767. And while we're waiting on that, guys, let's take off on some of this. First off, just while we're on the catfish, JR, those weights were really close.
They were really close. They were really close. We had the two biggest fish that got weighed in. One was 59.4 and one was 58.8.
And that was Mountain Man.
And that was Mountain Man.
And that was Mountain Man's fish. And Phil King and Dave Haney weighed in the big fish at 59.4. But like I've always said, you know, this World Championship of Catfishing and the National Catfish Derby, if you want to be the best, you got to fish with the best.
Yeah.
And I put these boys up in the Tennessee River up against anybody out there. So
yeah, I would too.
The next two biggest fish that got weighed in was a 38.8 or 38.2 and a 36.8. You know, those are good overs. You know, but you know, the top five places was Phil King, Dave Haney with 138 pounds. Cedric Pointer and Jason Rowland with 120 pounds. Bradley Mansell with 118.20 pounds. David Worley with 107, and Gary Bishop with 70.4. Out of 21 boats, if I'm not mistaken, looking back at the paperwork, 17 of those boats weighed fish in.
Yeah, a lot of them had good days. I mean, when you think about it, it's just 5 fish, and you've got all these weights over 100 pounds. I mean, almost 140 pounds and 5 fish. I mean, that's 5 good fish.
And the thing about it is the river, as you know, we had got a lot of rain. The floodgates had been open for several weeks. 2 days before the tournament, they shut the gates down. So they were fishing on falling water. Creeping, falling, not bailing out.
Right.
But the bite was good. The bite was good, and you just had to get on.
Yeah. Yeah. Now, Anthony, y'all were basically, I guess, bottom bouncing them, and all your baits were on the bottom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Sure was.
And y'all were using cut bait, I guess it looked like most of the day. Now, do they use circle hooks, or what kind of hook rig were they using?
Yeah, Cedric and Jason, they was using circle hooks, because they told me out, man, you don't have to jerk these now. You just start reeling them.
Yeah, I think they're using a number 10 circle hook, number 10, 11, or 12.
Yeah.
That's the deal
right?
about a circle.
Yeah.
I mean, it will hook itself. All
That's
you
right.
have to do is start reeling.
Right in the corner.
But hey, like my buddy Captain Bob will tell you every time, because we catch them redfish with circle hooks. If you set the hook like what we're trained in our mind to do,
pull it out.
you'll miss that
Every
fish
time.
every
That's
time.
right.
Because it's a circle hook. So when you set the hook, what happens is it circles back out of the fish's mouth.
Yep.
And you're done. You're going to pop it out of his mouth every time.
That's right.
If you'll just let him load that rod up, once he loads it, just lift into it and start reeling. That's all you've got to do
Yep.
with him. But
That's it.
that's it. We got a caller here. Kenny, how are you doing tonight?
Good. Good to talk with you all.
Yeah, thank you for calling. How can we help you?
Well, last week you all show was mostly on deer hunters and especially the early season.
Mm-hmm.
And my question is to you all: did Tennessee change the rules to where the fire stick will be legal this year?
No, they still, no, they can be used as a rifle. Is that correct, Anthony? I mean, they can be used in rifle season.
See, I don't even know that.
I believe they can. I believe if you want to use one, you can
muzzleloader.
use it in general firearm season, but you cannot use it still in muzzleloader season. They're not a legal weapon. And there's actually a little addendum note, I guess you might say, in the regulations that specifically talks about the fire stick.
Right.
So for right now, I had a friend ask me about that actually just today. We were talking about it, and he is pushing the point he would love to see them legal, but for right now they're still not.
We are able to use them. I am a Kentucky resident, and we are able to use them in Kentucky. Now, my second question is if I want to hunt on land in Tennessee, how do I go about, and what does it cost to put out-of-state regulation license?
Do you know the out-of-state license cost, Anthony?
I think it's around $300. You
Okay.
guys, two of them. One, you can get the 7-day or the yearly. I think the yearly is $306, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. And as far as getting property, if you don't have access to private property here, you just need to start researching our WMAs and then our National Wildlife Refuges. There are several large chunks of public land in Tennessee you can come and hunt. There's also several small chunks if you want to do some research on maps and find some small parcels of public land can sometimes be your best ones.
Yeah, I was going to say sometimes the small ones are your
Yep,
best ones.
that's
That's
right.
right.
All right.
So-
Well, thank you. And it's about $300.
I think it's 306.
Deer season in Tennessee if you're a Kentucky resident.
Yeah, if
That's
you-
correct.
Yeah, that's correct.
Yes.
And it doesn't we can have that without having our Kentucky license. We just buy the Tennessee license separate.
That's correct.
Yes. Yes, just go to tnwildlife.org and you can find the license and sales information there, or the TWRA app. If you want to download that, all the information will be there as well.
Yeah, you want the non-resident all game.
Yep.
Is what you want.
All right.
Well, we hope that helps you. We appreciate you calling very much, and good luck to you.
Yes. I tried last week when we were on deer hunting, and I was not able to get through.
Yeah.
But I want that get through tonight. So
Oh, no, I'm glad you did. You guys can call about any subject you want to. I'm glad to talk about deer hunting anytime, I
Yeah.
promise. Thank you so much for calling. I hope it helped.
Thank you.
Have a good night.
All right. Thank you.
All right, I thought we were screening these calls a little better than this, but who we got here on the line with us right now? Mountain Man, what are you doing, buddy?
Oh, I was watching y'all on that there telephone. Y'all doing a good job. Y'all look like professionals on
Yeah,
there.
we've done it a time or three. Hey, what'd you think about them catfish? You broke your record about 3 times that day, didn't you?
Oh, man, I tell you what, I ain't never had so much fun reeling in catfish in my life. I could believe how big them things get in there. Good Lord.
They do. It looked like you did pretty good with them, too.
Tim, I got one question for you.
Yes, sir.
You gonna come back next year and fish with me?
Yeah, I'll be back. Yeah. I love that catfish, and I think I'd rather catfish than anything, to be honest with you. But
That's because you sat on the boat and got your dancing.
I would too if I caught 120 pound of catfish in one morning and got to stand there and dance to Who Let the Dogs Out.
I ain't never them things. I learned how to bump bottom fish too. I'd never done no bumping bottom fish like that, but it works.
It's pretty neat, isn't it?
Yeah,
It is.
worked out pretty good. Well,
Yeah.
man, we appreciate you calling tonight. We need to get you down here and catch some of these crappie soon.
Oh,
some sauger.
Yeah, just holler at me. I'm in the process of getting a camper. I think I'm going to buy Rogers if you'll send me some pictures of it. I'm going to be over around Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg areas.
Well, that's perfect. You can stop in there and fish with us anytime you want to.
That's
then.
right.
Thank you. You know I will.
Well, hey, you have a great night. We'll talk to you soon.
Enjoyed it, Tim.
See you out, man.
Y'all too. Thank you, sir.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right, always good to hear from Tim. Well, guys, let's get ready to go on over and do this week's tip of the week. This week's tip of the week is being sponsored by our good friend Wes Stone over at Cryolite Real Estate Services. Y'all can find him here at the office at 1432 West Main Street in Lebanon, Tennessee, or you can give him a call there, 615-444-8200, and let Wes take care of all your real estate needs. All right, Anthony, what do you got for us tonight?
Well, I'm like you, Brandon. You get a lot of people to ask you questions, and I do too all the time. They say, man, how do you see so many bucks all the time? And it's really kind of simple in a way, but a lot of people, you're conditioned to shoot that first buck that walks out in the field. And if you sit there and watch it, most of the time the bigger bucks are not going to be the first one to walk in, most of the time.
Usually not.
That's right. And the other, it's kind of you learn more about it because when they start coming out, if you don't shoot that first one, you'll be surprised how many more deer come out a lot of times. And so I guess that's what I'm saying, sometimes don't shoot that first deer. And if you see it's going to walk out and you really want to kill one, don't let it leave the field. But I would not shoot it right then. And also, too, if you get to watching them, you'll calm your nerves down a little bit.
You will. And just one fast thing to add to that right on top of what Anthony's saying, it'll also help you with age class better than anything else in the world is watching multiple age class deer in the field at the same time. You will learn real quick about age classes.
Yeah.
Well, guys, we're going to get ready to take a quick break, and we'll be right back here in just a minute with some more Southern Woods and Waters.